Welcome to this presentation. Today, we're talking street smart business, massive scale, and how to actually build true wealth from the ground up. We are breaking down the playbook of a man who needs zero introduction in the Naija business environment. But listen closely. Before we get deep into the strategies, I need you to keep your ears wide open. Throughout this episode, I'm going to drop hints about a secret tool, a specific system that the 1% use to track their wealth. You absolutely don't want to miss it because it's literally the exact system that separates a struggling, everyday hustle from a massive, multi-million naira empire. Okay, let's dive right into this. So right now, Aliko Dangote sits on a massive $36.8 billion net worth. That makes him the undisputed richest man in Africa and the wealthiest black individual in the entire world. But let's be real, he didn't just wake up one morning with billions in the bank. He built a system. He followed a blueprint. And today, we are decoding exactly how he did it, step by step, so you can apply it to your own hustle.
Part 1. The Billionaire's Beginning. From a $3,000 lawn to an empire. Let's look at where it all started. See, before the private jets, before the massive cement plants, and way before the world's largest single-train refinery, Aliko Dangote was just a young hustler in Kano. His entrepreneurial spark started early, guys. We're talking 8 years old, buying boiled sweets and selling them to his classmates for a profit. Then, by 1977, he officially started his real business journey. His story is the ultimate proof that you absolutely do not need a billion naira to make a billion naira. He took a $3,000 business loan from his uncle to get started, and he didn't blow it on flashy clothes or cars. He hit the market hard, trading everyday consumer goods, importing basic, essential commodities like sugar, salt, and food products. That right there was the foundation.
Part 2. Building the Dangote Empire. From trading to manufacturing.
Now, trading is great, but it wasn't enough to build generational wealth. If you're just importing, you are completely at the mercy of the market. So Aliko Dangote completely flipped the script on the Nigerian economy. He realized the really big money wasn't just in bringing things in, it was in making them right here on ground. He pivoted his entire conglomerate from a trading enterprise into a massive manufacturing powerhouse. Just look at this aggressive timeline. He goes from a simple trading company in 1977 to launching Dangote Nigerian Limited in 1981. Then he makes a massive leap in the year 2000 with the acquisition of the Obajana cement plant site, which eventually became the largest in sub-Saharan Africa. And he didn't stop there, right up to 2023 where he commissioned that beastly $20 billion mega refinery. That, my friends, is how you scale. And because of that massive, relentless scale, today the Dangote Group employs over 30,000 people across the African continent. Just let that sink in for a second. 30,000 people. Managing a business that large brings us to a massive question about survival in the Naija business environment. Before we drop the 7 lessons from his playbook, I really want you to think about this. How do you monitor millions of transactions across more than 10 African countries without going completely broke? How do you stop the money leaks? Remember that secret system I teased earlier? The one the mega-rich use to ensure they don't lose a single kobo? Well, we are getting very close to revealing it, so stick with me.
Part 3. 7 Street Smart Business Lessons. The Aliko Dangote Blueprint.
Grab your notepad right now because we are diving into exactly 7 hard-hitting, street-smart business lessons direct from Aliko Dangote's playbook. And listen, these aren't just textbook theories. These are practical moves you can apply to your side gig, your shop, or your company today to start seeing real growth. Lesson 1 is brutal honesty. Start small, but think massive. Like we said, Aliko Dangote started with just a $3,000 loan from his uncle, selling basic food items. But his vision was never just to own a big shop in Kano. His vision was always continent-wide domination. It requires a radical mindset shift. You have to start with whatever capital you have right now, but your mindset must be operating 10 years into the future. You need to be planning for scale, not just planning for what you're going to eat for dinner. Lesson 2 is all about surviving Naija chaos, turning chaos into opportunity. Back in the mid to late 1970s, there was this period known as the Cement Armada. The government had ordered way too much cement, and massive ships were stranded at the Lagos port for months. Literally, some ships even sank. Competitors were crying about the delays, paying heavy demurrage fees, and losing money. But what did Aliko Dangote do? He didn't complain. He saw the bottleneck, and he just bought his own fleet of trucks to dominate the distribution himself. He took a national logistical nightmare and turned it into his ultimate competitive advantage. Lesson 3 is his absolute masterstroke: backward integration. For years, he imported sugar, salt, and cement. But look at the left side here.
Importing leaves you totally vulnerable to foreign supply chains and forex shocks. Think about it. Relying heavily on forex in Nigeria is one of the fastest ways to completely ruin your profit margins overnight when the rates jump around. So he cut out the middleman entirely. He started manufacturing everything locally. Obajana Cement, Dango Sugar Refinery. He brought the production home to control the entire market from start to finish. That kind of complete control equals massive profit scaling.
Moving on to lesson 4, dominate your home turf first. Conquer your street before you try to conquer the world. Aliko Dangote didn't just randomly start opening businesses in Europe or America. No, he locked down the Nigerian market completely. He made absolutely sure that his sugar, his salt, and his cement were the undisputed kings of the local market. He built up massive cash reserves here first, and only then did he expand his operations into 10 other African countries like South Africa, Ghana, and Zambia.
Lesson 5 is about taking calculated mega risks. You do not become the richest man in Africa by playing it safe and hiding under the covers. Aliko Dangote dropped a staggering $20 billion to build a 650,000 barrel per day integrated oil refinery in Lagos. He stepped right into the highly complex, highly volatile oil and gas sector when literally everyone else was scared of the capital required. But it wasn't a blind gamble. Big, calculated risks backed by deep market research yield historical rewards.
Lesson 6 is street smart product selection. Look closely at what Aliko Dangote actually sells. He doesn't sell luxury watches, he's not doing high-end fashion, he only sells what Nigerians absolutely must use every single day. Cement to build shelter, sugar and salt to cook food, fuel for transport, fertilizer for agriculture. He purposely tied his business to the basic survival of the continent. By doing that, he secures his cash flow regardless of how the economy is performing, because people always need to eat, move, and build. And that brings us to the crucial point. Lesson 7, relentless reinvestment. Reinvest your profits aggressively to build true generational wealth. When Aliko Dangote started making millions from trading, he didn't blow his profits on flashy things to show off on the streets. He didn't buy the latest cars just to flex. He poured it all back into the business. He reinvested to build the Obajana cement plant. He reinvested to build the refinery. He constantly prioritized securing his empire and his legacy over any kind of short-term gratification.
Part 4. The ultimate business secret. The difference between hustling and scaling. Now we finally arrive at the moment you've been waiting for in this episode. We've covered the 7 lessons, but there is a bedrock foundation that holds all 7 of these lessons together. Without this singular core practice, your business will eventually crash, no matter how good your product is. I asked you earlier to think about how you monitor an empire with 30,000 employees. What is that single smart system that separates the Dangote Group from the thousands of businesses that fail in Nigeria every single year? How do the 1% ensure they're actually making money and not just moving cash around in circles?
The answer is radical, unforgiving financial discipline and structured record-keeping. Do you really think Aliko Dangote guesses his profit margins? Absolutely not. His conglomerate tracks every single metric, every bag of cement, every barrel of oil. To scale your hustle, you must track every single naira. If you're not tracking, you're practically gambling. For the average Nigerian business owner, guessing your numbers leads to blind spots, silent money leaks, and eventually a collapsed business, where you're left scratching your head, wondering where all your capital went.
Part 5. Tracking your naira like Dangote. Enter NairaTrack. It's a simple truth. You cannot manage what you do not measure. If you don't know your numbers, you don't really know your business. And that is exactly why smart business owners across the country use NairaTrack. NairaTrack is the system that brings multinational level financial discipline straight to your mobile phone. It is the ultimate digital ledger for the modern Nigerian entrepreneur. Look at the comparison here. The old way of hustling involves lost paper receipts, guessing your daily profits, and losing hard-earned money to silent leaks in your operations. But the NairaTrack way, it gives you cloud-backed records, instant digital analytics, and 100% financial visibility. It literally gives you the exact visibility a billionaire demands right in your pocket. To apply this level of discipline today, you just need to follow these 3 simple steps to scale your business. Number 1, log your hustle daily. Enter every single sale and expense into the app. Number 2, use the analytics to spot where the money is leaking and plug those holes immediately. Number 3, reinvest the exact profits you tracked, just like Aliko Dangote did. Let NairaTrack handle the math and the records so you can focus your energy on handling the market and expanding your vision.
Part 6. Final words for entrepreneurs, building generational wealth.
As we wrap up this presentation, I want you to remember something really important.
Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was Aliko Dangote's $36.8 billion empire. It took decades of laser focus, starting from selling sweets as a kid to taking a $3,000 loan to building massive continent-spanning refineries. Your hustle, no matter how small it might feel right now, requires the exact same respect, discipline, and strict record-keeping as a massive multinational corporation. Because discipline creates data, and data is what allows you to build empires. Track your records strictly, stop guessing your numbers, and watch your business transform into a true legacy.
The market is always waiting for the next big player. The next billionaire is out there right now, and they're probably watching this episode. The tools are in your hands, the 7 lessons from Aliko Dangote are crystal clear, and the Naira track system is ready to back you up. So the only question left for you is, are you ready to track every Naira and build your empire? It's time to stop playing small. Start tracking, start building, and take over.